Alright, hello all, welcome back to another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video here. Oh boy, it's that time again, everyone's favorite Festival of Battle Missions, woo! Dude, this event, man, I swear, I've gotten to the point where I'm someone who likes stacking units, but this event is so annoying. Like, one slight mistake at the very end, your character wanting to fail a fucking dodge, an 80% dodge, or fail a crit or an additional super, or some other stupid, you don't get the orbs bullshit, and poof, there goes 2 hours of your time wasted, right? And it's per run, right? So it's just, I find this event so godly annoying, in which there are two missions here. I do figure, I gotta get to working at these, right? So we're gonna start out here with Realm of Gods. Honestly, Power of Wishes and Realm of Gods, I don't think either of these, I necessarily have the best lineups for, in which I do have a lot of Realm of Gods characters. But if we look at Realm of Gods, in which I already have it pulled up, I mean, it's like, who are really like great stacking characters? And there's not like a lot of like very insane ones here, because they wanted to, for example, this character, give him a mid easy A. I mean, the character does still perform because of like UI Goku support, but like, here's a character that wants to stack that you can only use for 3 turns because logic and whoever designed the kit, right? So Realm of Gods, like, this doesn't look like it's going to be the best here, right? I have some very infamously horrible UI Goku dodge luck. Otherwise, I would try running him slot 1. That being said, my strategy here essentially is going to be double int Beerus. Okay? Double int Beerus. Beerus is my GOAT. Beerus gets to a very, very high level of defense. Honestly, even at 55%, like, my copy should be fine. Essentially up until, like, we get to, like, the big boys, like Gogeta, Vegito. At that point, I'm going to have to use the active skills, and at least on mine. I don't know, maybe the 79% one will be fine. I'm going to have to use the active skill, though, and, I think that should help me be able to overcome it, but I don't know for certain. This is what I'm going to try out, because, again, I mean, if you watch me consistently, videos or shorts, this motherfucker, like, I don't know, physical UI Goku, like, he should be better than how he performs for me, right? He loves the troll device. So we're gonna jump in with this. We're gonna see, what exactly happens here. This rotation is exactly what I want, although, well, I do want to get UI Goku on the other rotation, but considering the first, like, 15 phases or so will go fast, this is fine.
It's about time I got a chance to fight! It's pretty obvious you're not going to defeat him by yourself.
But yeah, I do want to keep these two next together. That way I can benefit from, like, legendary power. I figure that will be pretty nice to have up. Man. Yo, the key spheres here, they are, like, horrible. Okay, whatever, man. Again, I mean, it's the start of this. It's not like I'm going to get the opportunity to get a lot of attacks in anyway. I guess this will be fine, but that is pretty annoying, the key spheres not being very nice. But yeah, I think, so if I have both Blue Goku and the gods together, again, we have legendary power, we have the warrior gods, fierce battle, like Super Saiyan, all these sort of links should be very nice. And then, I figure with having God Goku and UI Goku together, I mean, of course, I just want to have God Goku as and UI Goku on like main rotation anyway, but like I don't know, those two specifically, like there's not like a big reason. It's just I want to keep my stackers on the rotations, and I'll just float the Beerus's and UI Goku. And I think that should work out. Again, I do want to benefit from legendary power, so I mean, it's just like the other option for the rotation, right? And also, you know, this does go pretty quickly at the beginning here. It's really, you know, once we start getting like, I don't know, what, 30 phases in or something, that, you know, things start to take a little longer. For the most part, though, I mean, we're just going to absolutely destroy this for the time being. Again here, like, bro, what do we... Alright, man. Yeah, see, this is going to be really annoying. If I keep getting screwed on the key spheres, so, and especially because, like, thankfully, for the time being, you know, the first couple of turns, God Goku does have his own orb changing, but, you know, something I've said pretty consistently with God Goku, as much as I do really like his EZA, I have found it problematic in the sense that, like, the orb changing goes away, right? The guaranteed additional super, it goes away. The dodge, it goes away. I really feel like he would have massively benefited with the after performing 4 more super attacks, or whatever the exact wording is there, if he also got Rainbow Orb Changer after that. Like, I feel like that would have been pretty decent, right? Because, I mean, if you think about it, that's like, you can get that as early as your second turn, but most likely it's going to be the third turn, so at the very earliest 5th turn from start of battle, right? I don't think it'd be like that OP if he got, you know, well, I guess you could, again, get it from 3rd turn from start of battle, but either way, like, it's not like it, I don't think it'd be like a really strong effect, like, if he had that, but I feel like it would have been nice, considering that unless he's in slot 3, he does still need 6 key spheres as he did pre-EZA, so, you know, we'll see what happens here. Again, we gotta get as many stacks as possible and sort of hope for the best. And I really do think that God Goku is going to prove to be a really great asset in this. I am hopeful that the Beerus's will hold their own. I mean, we'll have to see at the end of the day, though. I'm not the most confident in it.
I told you we needed a plan, yet here we are.
Relax. I'm sure we'll find a way. We always do.
Sure, except for all the times we've died.
I feel like I should actually rephrase that, though. Again, I feel like they will be fine for the first several... Dude, can I stop getting fucked on the key spheres? Is that, like, possible? Holy, dude. Like, they should be fine up until those last 2 phases, but it's those last 2 phases I'm really concerned about. So I am considering, like, if I get to the very end, right, and I lose, and that's because, like, Beerus are just barely dying or something, like, I'll just, like, jump in with the exact same team comp, and I'll just go with I'll get, like, one of the support memories that'll hit, like, them specifically. I don't know what that would be, like, you know, like movie bosses, for example, right? But obviously I would try and go for the highest percentages that I could, right? Like, I don't know, I think there's, like, a planetary destruction one, right? So either way, that's the sort of fallback. If, you know, it doesn't end up working out, I'll rely on that sort of stuff. And that's essentially all they're doing. They are my leaders, okay? They are, you know, they do give a little bit of support. It's not like the biggest. The active skill will be major support, right? When we're talking about, like, far in here and we have a lot of stacks up, and you get that 20% active skill, that will do a lot. But, you know, besides that, like, the phase support itself, it's not, like, the highest. But I gotta work with what I can here. So we'll see what happens. I feel like I am just going to keep sort of stacking up God Goku first. And then, you know, as we continue on, I'll eventually get the stack up Super Easy 8 and UI Goku. Because with physical God Goku, he does start out lower than int UI, of course, right? Pretty decently lower. So I figure this way, right, I'll be able to keep them like more or less equal. And if they are more or less equal, then we should see a lot of damage from both. And also to consider here is that God Goku, so this was his last turn, although we didn't get to take advantage of it, of having the intro additional super, right? So, I mean, going forward into this, like, it's just space one, right, that we have, and then we have, of course, the key spheres, and then, like, if I proc the hidden potential. So he's only guaranteed 2 per turn, and again, that's if I get the key spheres. Super easy at UI Goku, so I suppose he's also only guaranteed 2, but again, he does start out a decent bit higher. I feel like it should be fine to stack God Goku first, but you know, of course, at some point, I am going to have to start stacking up UI Goku, and we'll see. I feel like it should naturally play out pretty well. And if I have to, you know, start putting UI Goku in slot 1, so be it. We'll do that whenever that comes up. But again, for now, I really want to stack up God Goku, right? Because what I really think we're going to need to do to be able to actually finish this out in a sort of like proper way is I feel like I'm going to have to take advantage of Super Saiyan Goku. Now, of course, see, and this is a turn where we're just going to take advantage of int UI. I mean, I can't get the orbs for God Goku, so there's no point in sort of putting them there. This way, we'll get some stacks in with int UI Goku, and again, we'll just sort of play around it like this. But yeah, I do think Super Saiyan Goku is going to be extremely elite, extremely necessary for those later phases. I think my sort of strategy as of this time is essentially going to be with God Goku, right? Like, I think, so from my Festival of Battle experience that I have, Gogeta seems to, attack wherever. Vegito seems to always get a super on every single slot, right? So I would prefer holding on to Super Saiyan Goku until that point, because I feel like I might be able to sort of hide the Beerus's at that point, but again, I mean, this is the issue when you're not bringing one of these characters like AGL Super Gogeta or Tech Super Vegito, where you just have like the guaranteed Scouter effect for like 4 turns, right? Even when they're not in the rotation. Which, technically speaking, I could make a Realm of Gods lineup that does have Tech Vegito on the team. It is possible. I might end up doing that at some point. This is what we're just going with for the initial team. Again, I'm sort of testing this out, but that is the thing that sucks with Festival of Battles. I mean, it's like, if you test something out and it doesn't work, it's like, oh, well, I just wasted, half an hour, or, whatever, right? And that sucks. But, it is what it is. I'm going to power through, right? I do like to try taking these on, at least. I make content, right? So them being bullshit challenges, like that is fun in a sense. I do like challenges, but it's just like, I don't know. I would happily waste. I say waste, but to me it wouldn't be a waste. But like, look at something like Rose Zamasu, where it took me like 11 hours or something for because I was doing it at the very start of GDC, and I was running like super bosses. It took me like 11 hours or something to that effect. For my very first no item, right? And I just had like STR Rose, and mine's 55%, and I was using like the free-to-play clones, and it was like a whole thing. And again, that was like, I think something around like 11 hours. So something like that, I'm fine, honestly, like going in over and over and over and over again. Like, I would rather lose on turn 1 100 times than lose on turn 60 10 times. And like, I feel like that makes a lot of logical sense, right? Because you're still wasting quote unquote, but less time is going into them, right? I don't know. So it's just like, something like Rose Zamasu or like Jiren or one of these other like really tough fights when they first come out. It's like a real tough challenge. Like I'm fine putting a lot of time into something like that, but like it's just like Festival of Battles, and it's like, okay, one teeny tiny slight mistake, 2 hours gone. One teeny tiny slight mistake, 2 hours gone. It's like reset over, 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 over. Like I am not a fan of this game. So I've been pretty honest about that, which, I am I'm a stacking enjoyer, so I know that's kind of odd, but it's just like the way the event is formatted, it just doesn't like feel fun for me at its core, I guess. So yeah, I mean, we're gonna play this out. Of course, I mean the early part of Festival Battles again is pretty easy. It's stacking simulator, right? I feel like that's sort of the thing. Like honestly, if there were a way where it's like, okay, you could just like skip the first 40 phases and just like take the average stacks, right? Like that would be cool. But, alas, there is no such feature. Okay, bro. Again with the key spheres here, dog. See, if I get this, the tech key sphere is gonna drop. It's not gonna drop the AGL. That might give me what I need. No, it didn't. Hold on, let me see. I guess I'll try going for the physical key spheres just to get the gods. Alright, I do want to get some stacks in. Hold on. So, as it turns out, I was actually wrong. The int key spheres did, in fact, drop that down in a way that I could use them, which is huge, right? But I was mistaken. I thought it would not allow me to. So, something that is pretty important here to note. Unfortunately, so my Blue Goku, my STR Blue Goku, he's only 55%. I only ever got one copy, right? And that's besides all my summons on the 11th anniversary. I didn't do too many summons on his banner during GDC. I'm not even gonna pretend I did. I got him pretty fast, pretty easy. I think it was literally like 150 stones, 300 stones, something like that. So I don't know. I feel like I should have been able to pull a dupe of him during 11th anniversary, but it didn't work out that way, right? So I mean, we'll see how this goes, right? But that is something I'm actually pretty concerned about, I would say, because of course with only being 55%, I mean he's weaker defensively, and of course with that also comes he's going to be weaker offensively, right? So again, I mean we'll see if that ends up being like important at all as we continue through another. I mean, there's literally just nothing I can do this turn. I guess it doesn't matter too much here because, like, again, we have UI Goku. I can get UI Goku some stacks in, right? And, with this supers that he's going to do, I mean, he's going to finish fully on his own. But it does really suck that I can't get anything for God Goku here. I mean, like, he'd get, like, a single super in if UI Goku doesn't kill. Right? Or he could get the hit of potential, I suppose. But like I couldn't. There's no orbs. Like there's going to be something with him that is going to be potentially pretty problematic as we continue through. But of course, I mean we'll have to see. Hopefully, it doesn't end up being that big of a problem. It's definitely something I'm concerned about. So I'll get the tech key spheres here, right? And then I can get the EGL, or I guess the STR. That works too. The STR with the gods, and then I mean that should be these two dead. I have to imagine. I will say so. We don't really have that much damage with these guys actually. Not that much damage with Blue Goku and the gods right now. He's up to 31. I honestly I'm not really certain what route I want to take. Like, am I going to use the Vegito Blue Super, or am I going to use the Vegeta Super? It's actually something I'm not really sure about at the moment. Because like with Vegeta Super, right? You know, you do get the guard, and you have the extra little bit of defense for a little bit of attack loss. However, you know, at the same time, it's like I think that would be effective even up to like the Daima phase, but for like Gogeta, Vegito, I don't think it would like be enough. Like it'd probably be enough specifically for normals, I suppose, but you know, it wouldn't be enough to actually help me like if I get caught by a super. So I don't know if that's necessarily the route I want to go. Again, this something I'm gonna have to sort of figure out at some point or another, of course. But you know, of course, we have several long turns to go through until that point. I mean, just Festival of Battles, stack, lose, right? So, you know, we'll see. At least, I mean, we're starting to get to some pretty decent attack stats with UI Goku. I mean, it's not even 50 mil yet, I suppose, but I mean, this early, I'd say it's pretty nice. And then as we, you know, get a bit farther in, of course, I feel like because like with having these two together, I should point out as well, because this rotation is definitely going to be like the lower damaging rotation. I will say, pretty concerned about like the amount of stacks I get. Like we're doing decent damage right now, decent damage to the point where we're like two-shotting every phase, right, on the other rotation, and it's gonna be that way for a while, honestly. Like it's not like, oh, it's, you know, just the first couple of phases here. Like it's up until, you know, we get like 30 phases in or something. I imagine it's gonna more or less go that way. This rotation, you know, we're still doing damage here, right? But we're definitely, like, I'll be able to practically guarantee I'm getting Saxon with both these characters. So that is something that is certainly going to be pretty nice to press through. And then we'll have to, you know, see if it ends up working out the way I want, of course. But again, my main thing here is I didn't want to rely on WI Goku, right? I don't know. I mean, WI Goku, he loves to fraud out for me. He really does. I suppose technically what I could do, which again, I'm trying to lean into the active angle for Beerus. I feel like that would be really nice to take advantage of. But my thought process is that with, you know, double Beerus, I get the extra damage, whereas like UI Goku, if I'm running WI Goku, like he's gonna work as a floater, I think. I mean, the odds are, you know, even with my impressively awful dodge luck, like, sure, you know, I can miss, I don't know, I do have pretty awful dodge luck as a thing, but, like, if I miss, like, a dodge here or there, it won't be, like, the end of the world, essentially, right? And what I mean by here or there is, like, once per turn, right? Because if I'm running him in slot 3, as a floater, then either if I get enough P for EX and he has literally guaranteed dodge, or essentially he has 2 opportunities of being hit and 1 being safe. Like I don't know, like that could be a really nice thing to do, but Beerus does get to a very nice point of being able to tank. Though that being said, the thing with Beerus, so him being like really nice tanky, or in terms of being tanky, it is kind of dependent upon him getting supers, right? Like he does need the greatly raised defenses, right? He could do a max of 4 per turn, so it's a matter of, do you have those up? And, or rather, let me rephrase it this way. Did he get an opportunity to get those up? And if he did he get lucky with said opportunity? Because of course with Beerus, great chance, you know, no realm of god enemies, and then it's like, do I proc the hidden potential? If I do, it's a 50-50. Do I get the normal or the super? I don't know. Again, we'll see. I feel like it should mostly work, but if I need to throw on like a support memory for Beerus specifically, I will, honestly. Like, I'm not opposed to doing that. It's just, I want to try getting a run in here before doing that, and again, I'll go from there, essentially. So we'll see, right? But we are starting to get a bit further in. Not too far just yet. Again, this is so fucking annoying. See, this is, again, he should have had Rainbow Orb changing. Because, I mean, what has it been? The last, like, 5 rotations where I literally can't take advantage of God Goku. That I'm not getting the orbs I require. Like, that's annoying. That's so annoying. And, I mean, there's nothing I could do about it, right? So it's just, you know, we'll see. Hopefully it doesn't continue to be an issue as I, you know, get to the actual difficult parts of the fight. In which, actually, it looks like we're going to have a turn here where UI Goku's not going to solo for the first time. So we'll get a super in with God Goku, I think. Okay, we got the hidden potential, but just the normal. So yeah, God Goku's going to get a super in. Now, I don't have any key spheres, so he's still up to 50.8, right? Still up to 50.8, and he hasn't even gotten a chance to stack up in quite a while. This will definitely kill. Okay, and now we're on to phase 21. Again, I mean, this early part, it's just stack, 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 right? Like, I don't know, I'm kind of considering, like, I don't know, maybe, because the thing is, I feel like the initial phases, it does help in a sense to show them, like, hey, like, I am trying to, you know, equally stack the characters in a sense. Like, I'm explaining it, I'm showing it. Like, it's like justification for, like, later on when they do bullshit. Like, hey, I think I did everything that I could to the best of my abilities. I mean, I'm not always going to make perfect plays, of course, but, you know, it's not like I'm intentionally throwing or doing stupid shit. Like, I'm getting the key spheres when I can, and etc., right? But, like, the first part of this, it is just, like, very basic, very easy. Like, you're just doing the same stack, 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 right? Which is why my approach is, like, if I get to a phase and I lose, you know, let's say I lose against the Daima phase, then I come back against the Daima phase, right? And that way it's like, I mean, if we're already at the Daima phase, we've already seen, you know, me set up to that point of 2 fucking hours, right? Then we don't need to do it again. Like, it's not necessary. So we're having a turn here for the first time where my slot 3 actually needs to attack, but, you know, it is UI Goku. He's just going to kill. I mean, he doesn't dodge it, I suppose, so we don't have the phase 2 attack buildup or the crit buildup, which is unfortunate, but, I mean, he's still killing here. So again, I mean, it's just, we gotta wait and see. Right, another thing with, oh, we finally actually have a turn where I can put this guy in slot 1 again. Another thing with, you know, Festival of Battles here, the mission, like, I do want to complete the mission just for, like, completing it, but also, of course, I mean, the 15 stones, very nice to have, in which, so, if you'll notice, you know, I don't have as many stones as I used to. That should be apparent in a couple of videos that I have recorded now. And that will become clear relatively soon, right? Why that is. But I've adjusted my strategy a little bit, right? In how I'm deciding to spend my stones. And I think this will work a little bit better than what I was initially planning on. But again, I mean, we'll have to see. We still got to learn more info, right? Okay, I can get the 17 key here, so that's the additional super. I can't do anything more than that, though. And then let's go for the tech key spheres. I feel like next turn I'm going to, or rather, let me rephrase that. I feel like I'm not going to kill this turn, and I will go into next turn. But I mean, we'll have to see what happens here with Beerus. Because, you know, again, does he get the great chance? If he does he do additionals? If he does we crit on them? Like, it's all, I mean, we'll have to see. I don't know, obviously. I have no idea. Hopefully the answer is that, you know, he cooks, but we'll see. Because even, like, if he doesn't kill, it's actually good for me, right? Because I mean, it does allow me to get another stack in with the other rotation, right? Again, keeping these guys together, I think, is the play, because they are definitely going to stack slower, in which that means I'm essentially going to guarantee they get their stacks, right? Like, I don't need to worry about, you know, Blue Goku hitting a 30 mil at the very end of, you know, we're fighting Gogeta, right? Because that is something for me where, you know, I get, like, when I have run SW Goku a couple of times, and it's like, you know, it's an issue when you run too many stacking characters, where it's like, okay, well, you know, now I'm like this far in, and, you know, I don't have the necessary damage, so I wasn't able to get enough stacks or whatever, right? Of course, very annoying, sucks, all that bullshit when it happens. We do want to try our very best, again here, to avoid that. So this turn, I'm just going to not click the meters here, I guess, the key overlays, right?
Let's go.
I don't want to really use up a Dokkan attack here. Again, I want as much stacks as possible, obviously. So we'll see. Yep, good. Doesn't kill. It does actually look like, again, we're starting to get further and further in. God Goku, I suppose I could get the hidden potential. That's definitely a possibility. Which I actually did. Okay, huge. I won't complain about that. I mean, God Goku could have gotten a stack in here, but God Goku, I mean, getting a triple super is really nice too. So that I will certainly take that. Okay. Now, let's see if he screws this turn. Not really great here. Okay, I'll just sort of sacrifice Blue Goku, that way I can get the orbs with, you know, tech gods. Of course, getting their orbs is the most important thing here. They're up to 4.1 mil defense. I mean, that is with grabbing their key spheres, I suppose, but just worth sort of observing here, right? Because what do they need to get up to be, like, really insane? I don't know. There's going to be a certain point in here where I'm going to have to transform them. I do want to hold on to that point as long as possible. But, of course, you know, they only have their guard for the first, I believe it's 7, right? I believe that's what it is. So, you know, I don't have the guard anymore. So that means I need to be really careful, right? About when exactly I decide to transform them, in the sense that I don't want to do it too late and then get screwed over. So I'm actually pulling up on my computer here the character damages, just to be sure I'm like following it consistently. Where would I need to be concerned about? Okay, so it looks like all the way up until, you know, STR Super Saiyan 3 Goku, they would be fine right now, essentially. So, I mean, they're going to keep stacking, of course. I'll probably have to transform them on the Daima phase, I would imagine. Ooh. Well, maybe Tech UI Goku, actually. You know, he jumps up quite a bit from Fat Bear. You go from a 5.6 mil super to an 11.5, that's a pretty big jump. So that's actually probably the point in which I'll have to transform them, but, you know, we'll see just how many stacks they've been able to acquire by that point. You know, if they still have a decent amount of stacks, then, you know, I don't have to worry about it. That's good, right? What do we got here? Okay, so we got the key spheres for God Goku. I think, probably starting like next turn, I'm going to prioritize God Goku again for a little bit. I want to be sure that when I have the key spheres, I do get the stacks in, at least for now, with God Goku, because it's like I don't always know that I'm going to be able to get those key spheres. It's up to 70.8. Okay. You see, he's starting to do some really impressive damage, actually. Really impressive damage, 73.2. Again, because, I mean, when I get Super Saiyan Goku out, right, it's like, eventually I will. And that is something else to consider with Super Saiyan Goku, though. Actually, I did get the hidden potential, which is huge. So Super Saiyan Goku, not only does he do a lot more damage, right? Guaranteed crit alone is very helpful, but specifically the transformation itself does quite a bit of damage, right? And of course, after the sort of update we had with they changed how the damage calculation works. I shouldn't run into any issues where there's like an overflow and I don't I miss out on doing like a lot of damage, right? I shouldn't run into anything like that. That should be nice. I think we want to prioritize the tech gods here. Blue Goku, I'm not going to be able to do really anything for him, unfortunately. And then we'll do that. Try and set up as many key spheres as possible. I'm not going to really be able to set them up very nice, though, for next turn. Because I do think at this point, we're actually probably going to stop being able to kill for the most part with this turn. I think I'm really going to need God Goku and UI Goku to start being able to kill every phase. But that's fine, because they will kill every phase, right? So this does, again, allow me to get as many stacks as possible with these guys. So we'll see. I suppose something I should point out, though, so I'm running a double hit Beerus. Beerus is my GOAT, but with the Beerus, of course, worth pointing out, he doesn't, like for the 220 lead, like UI Goku's on it, Goku's on it, the STR Blues are on it, the Tech Gods aren't, so everyone else is on double 220, so 440 total. The Tech Gods are on a double 170, so 340 total. So that's a pretty big difference. Again, it is potential justification for running double physical UI Goku, but I'm trying double in Beerus, and we're seeing how that works out first. Again, I don't really trust UI Goku that much. So if I don't have to rely on him, I don't want to. But we'll have to see as I sort of continue through here. I mean, what's what, right? Yeah, see, I mean, he failed to dodge, and we do need him to get his build up for his key as well as attack and crit. Okay, and then this turn we'll just have UI Goku get some stacks in. Alright, now I'll get the 3 key spheres, I guess, here for God Goku. We'll be able to kill this turn. And, of course, continue on. I don't know, it's just like festival battles, again, it just takes so fucking long. Like, it's just a drag, man. So, if we lose at some point, again, I'll decide by, like, how much damage I lose by. Like, if it's like, okay, Beerus, especially if that's my 55% Beerus, like, okay, we, like, just barely die, right? Then I'll, like, okay, I'm just gonna throw a support member in. But if we really get our ass walloped, then, at that point, I will go double physical UI Goku and hope it works out. Again, I mean, we'll have to see. Okay, and then here, what we'll do is we'll just... I'm going to get the key for both of these guys here. So I'll go for the S tier key sphere just to make sure we get the most possible with the Tech Gods. And we'll just get the Int key sphere with Beerus here, and we'll leave the AGL for next turn. Because again, I am going to get the next turn. Right, we are going to have UI Goku and as well as God Goku. have to do their thing, right? I don't know, man. I'm just like, I always get like when doing Festival of Battles, it's like, bro, I don't want to lose. I don't want to have to, all right, restart all the way from the very beginning, dude. It takes so fucking long to do all that, right? So I'm really hoping I don't have to. But honestly, I kind of have the feeling that for one reason or another, whether or not it's going to be like I'm just barely short on damage from the gods, not, they're on the 170, or like Beerus dying or whatever the case is, I have a feeling that I'm going to have to restart, and that, of course, is going to end up being pretty annoying. But we'll work through it whenever we get to that point. And actually, okay, so we're going to be able to kill Gogeta here then. I did not think we were going to be able to, because Beerus, I mean, At least he should do enough damage. I would be very surprised if he doesn't do enough damage. And there's only 1 health bar left. In fact, even a single super mostly did it, even without the crit, right? Okay, so, I mean, we're pretty far in at this point. I mean, it's... How far is Tech Goku? I know he's pretty far in, but... Well... maybe not as far as I was thinking. Okay, because he's 2021. It does go all the way up until... He's made 2021. It does go all the way until the start of 2025. But, of course, it doesn't go through, like, every single individual release, essentially. Like it does in the early part, right? Like, it gets a lot more... Isn't it just, like, Anniversary, Golden Week, Tanabata, GDC/Worldwide, and then like New Year's, or you know we'll have an exception to that like the Gamas where they're like a big release moment, right? But for the most part, it just starts going down to like the main celebrations. So we are getting closer, but still a whiles off at this point. I mean, we are destroyed now, right? Which is nice to see. 77.4 on God Goku here. Yeah, I mean, he's going to get up to being able to do some pretty crazy damage. I mean, he already is doing some pretty decent damage. I probably need to prioritize getting UI Goku supers here, I think, for a little bit. This guy has the unarmed nullification, right? Which, the unarmed nullification, you know, affects God Goku, right? He does unarmed supers, so... I guess this is the perfect time to use in UI. Although, to be fair, I mean, because of the fact that, I mean, Kibu is nullifying it, I mean, I might as well just do the supers, right? I believe how it works. I could be wrong. I'm pretty sure, like, even if the boss dodges your super, like, you still get your SA effect, you just don't do the damage, right? So we should still get the stacks hit next turn, even if he's nullifying our super, so that, you know, that'll work out pretty nicely. And UI Goku should definitely be able to kill. I would be very surprised if he's not. I mean, he does have his, what, 70% crit chance? Pretty decently high, all things considered. And, you know, we're moving on here, we're talking along. Now, I did start out with, again, Realm of Gods, I will say, so... Because I'm in Realm of Gods and Power of Wishes, I don't have Tag Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta Goku. I do really want them. They are a big stacking unit. I do like my big stacking units. I unfortunately was not able to pull them during the 11th anniversary. Part of my new strategy for how I'm going to be using my stones is in relation to trying to acquire them as soon as possible. And, you know, of course, we'll see how that goes. But, I don't know. That mission, I may honestly just, like, wait. I may wait until I get what I need for it, right? Which is, or at least I think I'll need, Tag Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta Goku. I mean, we'll see if I end up needing it, but I think I will, so... Again, we'll get to that point whenever we finish with this one, of course. See, yeah, we do still get the stack, so definitely worth having Goku still get, you know, his attacks in general. And he got a normal in which did quite a bit of damage. And UI Goku, he's still up to like 59.1 mil. I mean, not nearly as high as God Goku, excuse me. Again, we definitely need to start prioritizing some more stacks for UI. Although, to be fair with UI Goku, there is a, you know, asterisk, I suppose, of, hold on. This is pretty fucked. But what do I even do here? I think the best thing I could do is get the STR keys here for the gods. I think that's the best thing I could do. Not exactly great, but the best. But yeah, so God Goku. I do have, I think it's like 3 crit on him, which, you know, it's a 6% chance from the hidden potential system. So I mean, it's not like nothing, but it's practically nothing. Now he does have the super effective against all types, but crit is significantly stronger, right? And which, you know, in UI Goku does have a 70% chance of crit. So, like, even when we have a much higher attack set on God Goku, oftentimes UI Goku is actually going to be able to do more damage, but still, I do want to, you know, especially if he fails crits, I do want to start getting his attack stat, you know, a decent bit higher. So we'll try and get some stacks going for him, in which, you know, I'm going to have to anyway. Looking at what we got here, right? I mean, pretty unlucky, I would say, with the key spheres, and hopefully doesn't really transfer over into next turn. Because again, if it does, man, I do not want to have to restart, okay? For any reason, just fuck that bullshit. Let me get to the win, right? First try, I mean, I doubt it. But it would be pretty huge. It'd be pretty fun if I'd be able to get it that quick. I don't know, we'll see, because I don't really know, like, what the upper limit of, like, Super Saiyan Goku, like, when I use that active skill, like, how much damage is he doing? Right, and how much damage are the supers that turn going to do? Like, should I use it first turn versus Gogeta, or should I, like, hold on to it just for Vegeta specifically? I don't know. I'm not certain. I have no idea. So we'll see about all that. I think what I'll do here, we'll just go for the Ink Key Sphere. That should drop down the AGL. That's perfect. That way, at least potentially, we could get some good Goku stacks in here, but I think it's just going to be UI Goku. I think he's probably going to solo, and he's a 63.3 mil. You know, he has his guaranteed additional super, so he's going to be able to do some damage for us. Although he did not crit. He did not crit. 64.6. He does stack up pretty quickly, though, so, I mean, he's doing a decent bit of damage, and he gets the crit, and then he finishes them off very, very easily. Again, the main damaging rotation is definitely God Goku and UI Goku. These guys, it's just like, I need them to live, right? That's the goal for this rotation. Okay, we're up to 5.2 mil on the Tech Gods, which is pretty nice. Right, and that's without any key spheres either, so that's only 3 key spheres, but 5.6 mil. They do jump up quite a bit with those. Again, next turn, I'm going to have to finish off with UI Goku, God Goku, in which, you know, the key spheres, this is going to continue to be very annoying, seemingly, having to fight them, but, you know, it is what it is, right? We'll do what we gotta. And we'll see. This mission, it's like, why, like, Realm of Gods, though? Right? Like, why Realm of Gods? Why Power of Wishes? I mean, Power of Wishes, I guess, I'm not gonna sit here and say it's, like, in a bad spot, it's just I don't have, like, the best setup for it. But Realm of Gods, even with all the buffs, it's not like, I mean, we got some stacking options on the team, but it's not like, you know, the most stack-heavy team in the game. So I've been thinking, you know, and we have, you know, the time I'm recording this, you know, we know what Turles is doing. I find it very interesting that his domain is specifically Terrifying Conqueror, Space Traveling Warrior, and then the additional 10% to Planetary Destruction. I find that very interesting, right? Now, Planetary Destruction, who all is on it, you may wonder. It's coolers besides Metal Cooler. Right? So, like, Final Form Cooler, I think, like, the base STR coolers on it. But just, like, coolers and freezes, right? So, mainly, like, Nano Frieza, but also, like, ROF freezes on there. I'm really thinking that maybe they just do exactly what we all, well, maybe not all, but a lot of us were speculating last year with Nano ROF, and they just do that this year for GDC. And I think that'd be pretty peak. And of course, we'll have to see what route they go, but I do want to have stones saved up for that, and I think it's a real heavy possibility that that's the direction they go, in which I really want my Namek units, okay? I've been waiting quite a while for it. So we'll see, but you know, if ROF is part of it, I do wonder, like, will the final huzzah for Realm of Gods this year actually end up being like a, you know, tag Blue Goku Vegeta unit from ROF, right? And then I'm not gonna be able to do. See, the key spheres here can get very annoying at times. That should drop down a decent bit, but no, it's still only 5. That really fucking sucks. But yeah, I do wonder, like, should we really be expecting like a little bit more from Omega? Because it's like, I mean, of the stacking units, like, it's not like there's a lot, right? And I don't know, like, I mean, technically speaking, you know, with odd units, you can potentially never get hit at all, but it's like, roll. I mean, are we seriously, like, rolling the dice on potentially can, maybe, never get hit? Like, really? I don't feel too confident in that, man. I really don't. So, you know, I don't know, I feel like it wouldn't be too absurd of an idea to expect, you know, ROF being part of GDC and then, you know, one big live stacking character for the category to make it a lot easier. I mean, they do tend to, you know, do that, of course, historically, where, you know, they release a pretty tough mission, and then, you know, several months later, they're like, alright, here's your big character. You want to beat that mission? Summon here, right? The trend they do. So I don't know, I mean, we'll have to see, right? But yeah, we're definitely, we're not killing Cell here. Again, we're mostly at the point where we do need the other UI Goku, God Goku to be able to kill, which is fine, right? Not a big issue. But, you know, we'll see. Of course, I do need to try and maintain the stacks as much as possible, in which, again, I am pretty concerned about, like, going too quick, but, like, I'm not really certain what I'm supposed to do about that. Right? Like, I'm not the one who made, you know, the one setup for Realm of God be, like, extremely weak and the other characters be, like, extremely strong. So I'm not really...
serious.
I don't know, like, if I put one on each rotation, then, you know, like, the Tech Gods or STW Goku are never going to get a chance to stack, right? I want to give them a chance to stack, of course. So I feel like this is the best way to do it, but of course it does mean both of these guys do have less opportunities to stack overall, but I feel like it's the best move. And we'll see, because, you know, these bosses do get up to some pretty crazy bullshit high HP, to be fair. But honestly, I don't know, I feel like I think these characters are going to be able to do some decent damage. Right, especially with, like, UI Goku disabling enemy guard, that's pretty helpful. In which, you know, of course, the boss damage reduction does continue to climb and climb and climb, and as well as their HP. But I do believe that as we continue on, like, we should still be able to really screw these guys over, essentially. The only other phase I need to, like, be really concerned for, I feel, right now, is Tech 23rd World Tournament Goku, which, you know, I'm not, like, there quite yet. Right? I still got a couple of phases to go through here. But once I get to that point where, you know, he has the Ki Blast nullification, I'm going to have to keep in mind to make sure that I'm actually, you know, having UI Goku attack first no matter what. He is... At least I think he does a Ki Blast Super. It should count as a Ki Blast. I guess you never know with Dokkan classifications. I'm definitely going to have to check them. Right? But, provided it is a Ki Blast, you know, him super in first, that way, you know, I do get those, you know, stacks in bare minimum. Will be a nice way to sort of cheat it, just like I did with Goku and Kid Buu, right? So we'll see. We are starting to get pretty far in at this point, though. I mean, realistically, it only starts to get... Like, even when you get pretty far in, like, it's really like Tech UI Goku, or, in particular, I honestly find him to be a kind of, I wouldn't say easy, but, you know, he is a lot less HP than the Super Saiyan Goku. Right, so that Super Saiyan Goku is where things really start to pick up, so we still got a little bit of ways to go until that point, but, you mean, we'll see what happens once we get there, right? In which, again, we'll just get, like, well, he's up to 5 million, huh? You know, let me just get a God Goku Super in this turn, actually. I think I want to do that instead. So we'll see here. I am honestly starting to think, though, that maybe the best thing I could do, it might end up looking like double physical UI Goku, and then I don't know. This is like Tech Shen, but Shen is like, he's decent, but he's not as good as, you know, I see some people claim he is. Top 5 TUR. No, he's not, dude. No, he's not. I like him, but he's just not that good. And I'd have to run him as a floater, so he'd have 1 guaranteed dodge and then be 70%. Of course, plus the hidden potential, but, you know, with my luck, I don't know. Alrighty, on to Final Form Cooler here. Now, the Key Spheres aren't exactly great. I don't even know, man. I think I'll just go for like a single super with the Tech Gods. And this way I can set up Physical God Goku for next turn. I suppose provided... I don't know, we'll see what I do with UI Goku, right? Oh, but yeah, at least we'll get a super from Blue Goku. I mean, his active, even at 55%, I mean, it can get up to doing some decent damage. So, you know, I really want to maximize that, of course. Again, I don't really know what active I'm actually going to go for, to be honest. I feel like I'm kind of just going to come to that conclusion whenever I feel like I need to use it. We'll have to see, I guess. I don't know. I mean, again, this just takes so fucking long. It's like, I don't want to make a mistake and have to restart the entire way through, right? So I feel like it's probably a pretty common experience to, at least I imagine, to second guess yourself in Festival of Battles, right? One mistake and all that time, poof, get out the fucking window, right? That being said, though, we're actually doing quite a bit of damage here. Depending on what Beerus does, I mean, he might actually even be able to kill. If he quad supers, right? He's getting the crits right now. Okay, well, that's a normal, which means we're probably not getting the other great super. Yeah, we did not. Okay, so we're just going to get a single super in from UI then. I guess that's fine. Right, again, we do need to get him stacked up anyway. That being said, dude, he only has 4.8 million defense. He does get the 200% phase 2 when receiving an attack, but I don't know. What is he up to with the God Goku support? 5.2. He has 150% up right now, so I mean, he's still over doubling his defense with the 200% phase 2 increase, but you know, that's not. Let's say he gets up to like 12 mil or 13 mil or something. That's still not, you know, extremely great, to be honest. He definitely is still going to be reliant on dodge for big supers, even, you know, once we get like far in, right? Like, I guess, like with the amount of stacks, he'll probably be able to get to the point of like tanking the Dyna supers, I think, but I don't think it'd be possible for him to tank, you know, anything from Gogeta or from Vegito, so we'll have to try and be wary about that. Now here, I guess I'll just go for the Tech Key Spheres or the Gods, right? Again, we're just sort of mix-matching here with who gets the supers, I suppose. We do definitely need to make sure the Gods get the most, though, because they will be our big defensive and offensive powerhouse on this turn, for sure. Key Spheres aren't great, though. I guess I'll just drop the AGL and try and set up the tech for next turn for God Goku, but it looks like it's going to be another turn where I really can't do too much, unfortunately. I don't know, man. We'll see. Dude, I do not want to restart this shit. It's such a waste of time. I feel like, I don't know, if I do have to restart it, I might honestly just go ahead and say, like, fuck it. And I probably will just go straight up with, like, WI Goku. And I guess Shen. I don't know. Maybe I'll find a different option, but, like... Because I don't want to bring fucking Shen in Festival of Battles. I don't feel confident in Shen in fucking Festival of Battles, but... You know, I don't know who else I should really go with. Like, I really like Beerus, but again, I am actually really concerned about Beerus, to be honest. I think he's going to be... Again, up into, like, the Daima phase, I feel like he should be fine. For the most part. But, I mean, once we start talking about, like, after the Daima phase, or even maybe the Daima phase itself, honestly, I don't know. I'm pretty concerned there, right? So we'll see. But, again, I feel like his active could actually end up being very strong, honestly. I mean, it is a 20% active phase, and, you know, for units that don't have any active phase, like, that support, it's going to do quite a bit. Right? So we'll see. We'll have to see what happens. In this turn, I mean, we're just getting UI Goku stacks. Again, I mean, got Goku. Nothing I could really do here. The orb's not exactly great, unfortunately. But, you know, getting UI Goku stacks means that 61 mil. We definitely want to get him a decent bit higher. I mean, he is pretty high, but... You know, when these bosses get up to, at the very end, you know, 2 billion HP with, like, 70% damage reductions. Like, okay, you know, I don't know, man. Like, let's be a little cautious, right? Alright, key spheres, what are we looking like here? Can I work with this? I actually can. Pretty huge. We can get the supers for both Blue Goku and the gods. Although that may cause issues for stacks next turn. Actually, no, that sets up the key spheres perfectly. Never mind. That's huge. Okay, we're up to 50 mil now on Blue Goku. That's pretty nice. 50 mil. I mean, we still, you know, that's not like the biggest super in the game, but again, considering mine's only 55%, and every bit of damage is going to help us out. The more of those stacks we get in, the higher damage his active skill will be able to do. Like, every little bit will help. It's just, we're really going to be, like, hyper-focused on... We're going to have to try and essentially, like, manipulate the rotation in a way. Once we get to, like, the end of it, where I use the Beerus active, and then we just, like, incinerate with, like, UI Goku. And... you know, God Goku. But, of course, it's really going to depend on, like, the orb RNG and stuff, right? So we'll see. We're probably going to be able to kill here. Honestly. Because UI Goku at the end? No, just the Tech Gods, too. They're going to be able to finish up. Okay. That's pretty huge. Okay, well, I mean, after these guys, we're on to the 2023, yep, the Buu Duo, and then it'll be the GT Duo next. Again, we're getting closer and closer, not like too close just yet, but we're starting to get there. Bro, Key Spheres really want to fuck with me right now, huh? That's very annoying. Okay. Well, at the very least, I guess this will be nice for UI Goku to get a pretty crazy turn in. And then God Goku, he's going to get a super in, right? And then I guess we'll finish up with the God probably next turn. So it'll end up happening. I guess. I don't know. Well, if he gets like a triple super crit. Yeah, see, there's one crit. He got 2 health bars, though. Even if he gets a triple super crit, he's probably not going to kill here. But, I mean, depending on what God Goku does... Okay, yeah, we didn't crit there. We did get the hidden potential though, 65.6. Very, very nice. Now, God Goku, keep in mind, I don't have the support, right? So we're missing the extra face stats. Yeah, see, 57.5. Dramatic drop off here because he doesn't have the highest base ones, so then we're losing a lot of stats by not having our T-spheres, unfortunately. But we did actually get the hidden potential. That is pretty huge. Okay, very, very nice. Thank you, God Goku. Yeah, so we're not killing here, but we got them pretty low, all things considered. And Beerus, again, I mean, we just gotta hope he does his role, essentially. It will be nice as we're starting to get further and further in here that we're actually not killing in single rotations, right? Because Beerus's SA effect is for 4 turns, so, you know, we do actually, you know, want him to be able to consistently start getting a super, so his defense, you know, is actually pretty nice. And then I'm just gonna go with the gods. We'll get as much in with them as possible, because they're gonna be the big damage dealer over here, right? I do want to get God Goku stacks, but if I can only choose one, I think we're going with the gods here for sure, because you know their actual defense will get boosted too. So I mean that could end up being very, very helpful, of course. In which that should be okay. No, that did not kill, which is good, right? The more supers we can get in, the better, right? I do wonder though. I mean, how big of a difference? I don't actually know how much higher they'd be up to, like if, you know, they were on the double 220. I don't know. What do we got here? Okay, so we actually are able to get the 6 key spheres for God Goku. He's up to 6.6 mil, which isn't the highest, but, you know, he does get his phase 2 when attacking. You know, he's up to 7 mil, huh? Pretty crazy, honestly. I mean, UI Goku's probably going to be the character I need in slot 1, honestly. Once we like start getting like really into this. Maybe I was like underestimating his slot 1 defense, honestly. They're up to 90 mil on God Goku. It's pretty huge. It's gonna do a lot of damage. Yeah, even without critting, a lot of damage. And 92.9 here. Alright, and we'll see if I can get the hidden potential or not. Although, honestly, kind of would prefer I don't. That way UI Goku can get some stacks in here too. Yeah, see, huge. Okay, now UI Goku, I mean, he has his 2 guaranteed. Hopefully I get the hidden potential again this turn. I mean, we're going to be hitting a decent bit harder. Yeah, 81.2. So we have, you know, like tournament power links, but also, you know, actually having the God Goku support this turn does do quite a bit, of course. 82.6. Yeah, I mean, these two are just getting up to very, very high levels of damage, which is really nice. UI Goku not getting a super in is fine, but again, we do want to make sure Beerus is, so we'll see. That could end up being a bad thing. Now, 23rd World Tournament Goku. He's the one with the Ki Blast. In fact, I actually forgot to check from before. This is... Okay, I think it counts as an other. Yeah, because it doesn't display the symbol. So that's an other. And then, I mean, we have 6 AGL right there, so I'll just get the physical with Beerus. That should set things up very, very nicely. And we're starting to get into the final push here. Okay, I mean, we still, of course, have quite a bit to go. I don't like failing a dodge, but I guess I'd rather fail one now when the super is still, like, nothing. Right? And, again, we're starting to get to where the big stuff, right? Next phase is phase 40. So we got, what, 11 phases, I guess, technically to go. Alright, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50. Yeah, 11 phases to go next one. So, I mean, hey, we're getting closer and closer. We're getting to the actual, you know, the meat and potatoes here of Festival of Bad, like the actual difficult part. And this is the part where, you know, we fuck up. Either, you know, being like I brought the wrong units, or, you know, whatever it may be. Like, I don't get the orbs, unfortunately, or whatever the case, right? We fuck up, we wasted time, we gotta restart all the way from the beginning. Right, so this is the quote unquote the fun part. Oh really, huh? The gods actually did quite a bit of damage there. So Beerus is gonna be able to finish off then. Alright, well, I mean we're starting to get to the point where now we have 3 turns worth of charges. And actually, with that, God Goku, as well as UI Goku, I think they're going to start being able to get a lot more stacks in. I don't think they're going to be able to just solo kill phases at this point. Suppose I could be wrong. Pretty sure. So we'll just go with UI Goku and Salt 1 at this point. And he's up to 6.8 mil essentially. Then with the God Goku support, nearly 7.4. I mean, it makes such a big difference there, honestly. And then let me drop down the STR key sphere here for Blue Goku next turn. Okay, that's... Seriously? They just failed 2 dodges back to back? Are we kidding? Okay, man, sure. Why not, right? Yeah, see, now we're really gonna get these guys stacking up, right? I mean, both of them, honestly, we should be able to very easily by like the end of this, like once we start getting to the most difficult phases. I mean, God Goku even probably this turn, maybe next turn, or his next turn, I suppose. We're probably going to see like 100 mil super. UI Goku, I mean, he's going to get there eventually too. Still going to be a little bit, but he's going to get there. What is God Goku up to at this point? Let's see. 95.1. Okay. Yeah, see, he's getting pretty decently high. And with his guaranteed additional super, he is super effective against all types. Like, we are actually still doing quite a bit of damage. 97.3. Like, even at this phase where, you know, we're not, like, extremely tanky yet. Or rather, the enemy's not extremely tanky yet. But, you know, they're getting up there. But still, I mean, Beerus, I mean, he's going to be able to do a little bit of damage here. 15.4, so we did miss a great chance, I believe. As long as he gets his supers, though. Again, all we really need Beerus to do, if he'll do a little bit of damage, I don't really care. I'm not really counting on him to contribute damage here. I need him to contribute defensively and supportively. And of course, I mean, the leader skill, right? And we'll see. But hopefully, he's been good so far, but I wouldn't, you know, this isn't the point where I'd be concerned about him anyway, so it's not like a good way to tell, like, is he going to consistently be good for the rest of this, or, you know, what's the deal? I don't know. I don't think we'll have a decision on that, like, just yet. And I'm not going to go for the Dokkan attack here yet again. I do want to get as many stacks as possible, so we're just going to let it sort of play out.
Time to get serious.
But yeah, we're killing Super Saiyan 4 Goku this turn. So, I mean, UI Goku and God Goku still doing quite a bit of damage, honestly, even at this point, where the HP is, you know, pretty high. Guy has 400 mil HP. It's quite a bit. I mean, it jumps up from 140 mil on 23rd World Tournament Goku, right? And then, of course, I mean, it just keeps increasing rapidly until the very end. I suppose technically, Tech UI Goku does have less HP than, you know, the Buu phase. That's just because he has 10% chance to dodge, which of course can end up screwing you over. I mean, it better not, man, but it can. Right, but considering how fast we're melting this phase, I don't think we need to be worried about that. We're gonna get a lot more stacks in between now and then and now, I suppose. Yeah, no, I mean, not even 2 whole rotations and we got them. Huge. Okay, and do we have the key spheres here? Oh, no, we do not. This is going to be the issue with God Goku. When the game says, fuck you, and I don't get my key spheres. He does still get his stats, though, so... That's nice, but, you know, he doesn't have the guard. I don't like him not having the guard. And again, we're missing the support, so he's going to do less damage. UI Goku's going to do less damage, just very unfortunate overall. Still up to 76.4 though. Still quite a bit, right? And I mean, I have to imagine we got Super Saiyan 4 Goku under half of turn 1. Okay, so again, we're not going to recreate that this turn because of the fact that I am missing the support, as well as just God Goku's stats in general, and the guaranteed additional super. Keep in mind, but still, I mean it's a 95 mil. We're still doing a decent bit here. Can we maybe get the hidden potential? We'll see. We actually did. That's pretty huge. 97.2. Okay. Very nice. Yeah, I mean, next turn he's easily over 100 mil on all supers. I suppose, again, provided I'm actually able to get him his orbs, but still, we did about 4 health bars with these two here. I don't know. We'll see, because if I keep getting pretty bad luck here with key spheres, I don't know. I'm pretty concerned about that. I mean, we haven't popped the Beerus active yet, of course, and that's going to be very, very vital. I think what I'll have to do, and we'll have to see where the Beeruses are essentially, but I think what I'll have to do is transform the Tech Gods in the Diamond phase. It's probably the best thing I could do. Okay, honestly, let me put them in slot 1, that way we can take STR key spheres. I don't think we're going to be able to kill this turn, but that's fine. We don't really want to kill this turn. We'll be able to get another turn of Saxon with probably just Int UI is who I'll go for. I don't know, because again, I do want to get Int UI Goku up to being able to tank a really big super if I need him to, right? That being said, I mean, the more God Goku stacks I get, the more damage that Super Saiyan transformation is going to be able to do, which is pretty helpful, right? So I'm not really certain. I don't know. We will see what happens, but the gods, they are actually able to do quite a bit even before transforming here. Again, keep in mind they're only on a double 170, right? So they're actually carrying their weight. I should have paid attention to how much defense they're up to, but again, honestly, they should probably be fine all the way up until UI Go. Maybe Boo. Maybe Boo could be problematic, type and class disadvantage, but otherwise, should be fine. I guess we'll see. And Beerus, of course, I mean, he'll do some damage here. Okay. 67.1 on the Tech Blues. That's quite a bit. Is it just being linked with Beerus there? So I'm very surprised he's doing that much extra this turn. I mean, honestly, yeah, see, Beerus 43.9. Beerus is probably going to be able to kill this guy here. It certainly depends, if he gets crits, if he gets... Oh, well. Okay, literally just one super. Hey, man, I'm not going to complain about that. I'm certainly not going to complain about that. Speaking of not being able, or not wanting to complain, we actually got a really good turn here. Finally. With the key spheres. In which... What are we up to now? 8.1 mil. Again, his defense when receiving does go up pretty high. So... And God Goku's up to 8 mil here. Okay. Yeah, I mean, in UI, he's probably going to be really, really tanky. I mean, he might... He's not at the point of being able to tank the Daima supers yet, but he seems to be stacking actually pretty quickly. I don't know, maybe it'd be too much to expect him to be able to tank a Gogeta super, but because of type advantage, he might be able to tank a Vegito super. That might be possible. Okay, well, no hidden potential. That's rather unfortunate. Okay, well, at least we get, God Goku to have a pretty good turn here. 103 mil. Okay. Very, very nice stuff. Huge. And we do get the guaranteed additional, of course, and we'll have to see if we get hidden potential. The 106 mil here. Okay. I mean, again, he's doing quite a bit of damage at this point. I do need to be very careful about when I use Super Saiyan, because, you know, with Super Saiyan, you know, he's only, like, really crazy for those first 3 turns from character entry, but, you know, when I use that transformation, again, I think I need to use it versus, like, Gogeta, I think, is what I'll do. Like, it will be... He'll be able to really shred. I don't know, maybe I'll use it against Vegito, though. Again, we'll have to see. Depends on, like, where, you know, who I have on the rotation. Like, if I have, like, Beerus, and, you know, like, do I use the active and just try to blitz, or what I want to do, right? We'll have to see on that. UI Goku, he did get his EX Super, though, so, I mean, he literally has guaranteed dodge for the turn. Very nice stuff. All right, again, we're getting closer and closer. I mean, we're not quite there just yet. But, I mean, next phase is Beast. That's Boo. Again, take UI, and then we actually... Super Saiyan Goku's where I'd say it really starts to, you know, peak it quite a bit more. I mean, UI Goku does have a strong super, but... I don't know, Super Saiyan Goku, he's just like... He's pretty tanky, right? So that can be pretty troublesome, of course. And we're definitely... not going to be able to kill Super Saiyan 3 this turn. At least I don't think. I don't know, I mean, this is 61 mil. Well, actually, we probably will be able to. I mean, the Tech Gods, they have so many supers they do, right? We'll actually probably be able to kill here. Okay. Yeah, I don't know, I mean, we'll see. About 2 health bars to go. Okay. And we just... he should honestly... So... Tag Blue Goku, like... He should be fine. If he fails a dodge even up to, like, Boo. But, you know, if I get anywhere past that and he fails dodges, I think he's gonna fucking die. And, you know, mine's only 55%. Like, that is something I'm really concerned about. But, you know, we'll see what happens. Okay, so it looks like the Tech Gods might not actually kill here, but they'll do enough damage for Beerus to kill, I imagine. Should be pretty low. Okay, no, they got the hidden potential additional. Okay, that works. Huge. Alright, yeah, we killed Super Saiyan 3, now we're on to Beast. Honestly, I know it's because of, like, the update in part, but let me restart the app real quick, just... You know, it's been running for quite a while now that we're starting to get later in here. Okay, let me get the AGL key sphere, and then we'll just go for the tech right here. We'll save the STR for next turn. Actually, let me save the STR and the imp. That way I should be able to get the orbs for both the gods as well as, you know, Tag Blue Goku. That should work out pretty well. And again, I mean, we're just still doing quite a bit of damage at this point, 85.2. I mean, getting a whole health bar in one super is very, very nice when we're this far in. Although, of course, I mean, again, you know, Gogeta and Vegito have quite a substantial amount more health, but still looking pretty nice here in terms of damage. And getting the hidden potential is certainly pretty helpful, too. God Goku, we'll see, of course. I'm really hoping that he can give me, you know, a triple super turn as well. He's up to 110 mil. Yeah, I mean, again, when I get the Super Saiyan transformation going here, I mean, with the amount of stacks I have, I mean, there's no way it doesn't just, like, absolutely incinerate. Right, that should do, like, quite a bit of damage from the initial transformation, especially if I use, like, the Beerus, excuse me, active for that turn. I mean, we'll see if I do. 115 mil. Okay. Yeah, no, I mean, we're cooking. I mean, just one turn, both these guys getting triple supers, like, we're able to do quite a bit of damage to Beast. Now, that being said, he does do a countdown super, right? So his super's at the end of next turn, I remember that. It's been a while since I've done festival battles, but I remember that. We do want a crit boost. I'm not really sure if I can expect Blue Goku and the gods to be able to do enough damage next turn. UI Goku would probably have to kill or dodge, either or. We'll have to see what happens in regards to that. Beerus is actually helping quite a bit here in terms of damage. It's pretty nice, and that's without his phase 2, so that's pretty huge as well. Yeah, I mean we actually only have 2.5 to go. I should definitely be able to kill. I think what I do here though, let me go with the gods first, just so I can make sure the orb pathing doesn't fall a little weird, right? And we'll just do that. And tag Blue Goku probably will get the kill here, I imagine. We should be doing quite a bit though. Yeah, 52.8. Again, I don't know. Maybe I should be running double physical UI Goku. Certainly, I'd feel a lot more confident, right? If the tech gods here, had a lot more. I mean, they'd be doing a lot more damage, right? And of course, they'd be a lot more tanky. I don't know. I mean, this turn I don't need to be worried about them. Honestly, I don't think I'll need to be worried about them against Boo. I need to check though for Tech UI Goku. I think I'll probably be able to be fine with them, but it has been a while. So since I checked their defense, I don't know if I will be able to. And then yeah, I mean we got a health bar to go here. Blue Goku, I mean he has his 2 supers, 67.3. He definitely has got business handled here. Alright, well, now we're on to Boo. We're starting to get towards the tail end. Again, I think I'm going to lose at some point here. I mean, we'll see what that point is, I suppose, of course, but I'm honestly expecting it at some point. Yeah, that's 5. 9 mil without the support is very huge. I think the STR key sphere, that'll work. Yeah, huge. The 6 key spheres, excuse me. Dude, yeah, 9.7 mil. 10.4. These guys are going to be really elite. Defensively, offensively. Honestly, yeah, no, I feel like... I mean, they're both going to get to the point where they could just tank the big supers. I don't think I can expect that of, like, the gods. Definitely can't expect the Blue Goku. But these guys, I mean, even if they fail their dodges, they should be fine. Which is very huge to see. Okay, well that is not very huge to see, though. See, we're starting to get to a point here where we're, like, so far in and the HP keeps increasing, where even UI Goku, his supers, he's not taking out a whole health bar with him. Now, he did get the hidden potential, which is pretty huge. 90.2. But still, I mean, we got 3 health bars down. God Goku's up to 117 mil. Okay. And he has the guaranteed additional super, of course. Hopefully we get the hidden potential. I guess, I mean, he already has type advantage. It's super effective against all types. He's going to be able to really shred Boo here. Okay. Yeah. And we got the hidden potential additional super as well. I will say, credit where credit is due in Festival of Battles here this run. Like, I am getting these hidden potential additional supers like a crazy amount, which is very, very huge. And just one turn here really shredding Boo like that. It's very nice to see. It makes me feel like really good about my chances. I mean, we'll see what happens, of course, but hey, being able to shred like that this far in is very, very huge. Of course, though, next rotation, we don't have that potential, but still, seeing that we can do that here, very nice. Okay, now, I think I'll just go for, what are they up to? 9.5. Honestly, let me slot 1 them. Make sure they get their stacks, and then with the orbs, yeah, they're up to 11.2. And then the STR key spheres, you know, we should be able to kill Boo between these two. If we don't, I think Beerus would be able to finish off. I mean, we only got 2.5 health bars to go now, so I think we're fine on Boo. Hey, at the very least, I mean, I'm so far in that, like, if I do have to come back, like, you know, because again, I will just come back at that phase. Like, I'm not gonna restart the entire way through, even if I switch up the team. At least it won't. We got the longest part out here, or at least it should be the longest part. I suppose I could, you know, get to Vegito, and lose, and you know that ends up taking a lot of time. But you know, we'll see, right? Still, all things considered, I mean, for being Realm of Gods, like, I think the base strategy here is working pretty effectively. So that is very, very nice to see. 66.5 mil on Blue Goku. Again, mine's 55%, so seeing these numbers is very, very nice. Okay, now we're up to Tech UI. Now, he does actually have a substantial amount of less HP than Boo. I think this should drop down the tech in a way that it connects, or restart the turn if it doesn't. It did, but only 5. Yeah, let me try going for the physical key spheres. There's no way I'm not going to be able to get 6 here. Hold on. Yeah, no, so, I mean, this sucks. I tried every single orb. There's literally... I can't. I can only get the 5 with the tech key spheres, but I'm not going to waste those. That really sucks. That's really unfortunate. I mean, he does have the phase 2 stats, so, you know, he'll be fine, but it's like, you know, we're missing the guaranteed additional super now, right? Which, of course, does really suck. And we'll just go for the physical key spheres there. I mean, we're going to be able to do a lot of damage with UI Goku still, even without the support. Because again, I mean, Tech UI does actually have quite a substantial amount less HP. Yeah, health bar and a half. Very, very nice stuff. Okay. Now, what I want to see, like, this is fine for the, you know, bullshit orb RNG this turn, but, you know, going forward, okay, I don't want to see any of that shit. All right, let's have some nice turns going forward, please, and thank you, Dokkan. No, don't screw me. Okay, 110 mil. Although, yeah, so we don't have the guaranteed additional super. I didn't get the hidden potential either. This is fine though. Yeah, we even dodged it. I mean, we would have tanked it, but we dodged it, so that's good. And physical UI. Okay, we did get the EX super. That was nice that I made sure to give him enough key for that then. Okay, now I don't think we're going to be able to kill next turn. I think we're going to need to get over to this rotation again, which, you know, that's fine. Although, you know, that does start opening the door for potential issues, right? Like, we do need to be able to do a lot of damage, so we'll see. Again, I feel like maybe double physical UI Goku is actually the way to go, because the Tech Gods, like, they could benefit a lot from the extra damage. But, you know, we'll see what happens. In which they're up to 9.9 mil. I mean, honestly, what does this put them at? 11.7. They can tank a super from UI Goku at this point. Or at least, they definitely should be able to. I mean, he does 11 mil, 550,000. So, they're just barely above it, I suppose, but they should be able to tank. I guess we'll find... Oh, no, never mind. I thought I was about to get supered. Okay. That's fine. That's good. 64 mil. Again, they'll do some damage here, but I don't really think we're going to be able to kill Tech UI. You know, missing the support as well as the guaranteed additional super last turn really fucking sucks. Yeah, really fucking sucks. Again, for, like, it's not like the biggest issue in, like, normal content, but, like, in this, like, if he had that rainbow key sphere orb changing, like, that would have been so fucking helpful. I don't really understand why they decided to, for whatever silly reason, right? Just not give that to him. Like losing the orb changing, still needing 6 orbs in slot 2, like it's so fucking stupid. They should be double digits. Triple digits, essentially the same thing. Okay. Now the normals do start to do a bit more going forward, but honestly everyone else should, like, we should be fine versus normal. Like the only person I'd really be concerned about with normals would be like physical UI Goku. But you know, we just want him to dodge in general. Okay, so we don't want him to get hit in the first place. Even Beerus, even though I'm somewhat skeptical about some of these supers, like he's definitely gonna be fine versus normals. There's literally no reason to be concerned about that whatsoever. Yeah, I mean it does kind of suck that it, you know, this guy doesn't have a lot of HP and it's still, you know, it's gonna take getting into the next rotation. Oh well, hold on. If Beerus crits here. Okay, he did not. But he got a hidden potential additional super because of my Wheeze event equip. Okay, man. You little bitch. That's crazy. That's so crazy to see. Alright, and then no orbs again. Again. Now this is actually pretty bad here. Because now I am entering the next phase, and it's going to be, I'm going to have 2 turns of, you know, the Heck Blues and the Gods. So this is actually bad. Because it was set up before where I had 2 turns of UI Goku, God Goku. Just barely not killing there. Really, really fucking unfortunate. So that's going to hurt the amount of damage we're able to do. Quite a bit. Okay. I am concerned now. I think the AGL should be enough for him, and then okay, that didn't drop out 118. Let me try and get some better orbs here. Hold on. Okay, I'm not really seeing a scenario here, unfortunately, where I can get the orbs I require for the gods. So honestly, what I'm going to do at this point is I'm just going to go into the blues, right? So I have 2 turns of these guys anyway. We need the damage. Let's do it.
Let's do this, Vegeta! Damn you! This is a power greater than that of a Super Saiyan God!
I'm going to have fun destroying you.
Now at this point, of course, we do have their extra stats. And yeah, they're at 12.6 mil. I mean, they also have guards guaranteed at this point. They're definitely going to be fine. So if I get 7 key spheres, they have their guaranteed additional super. But if I can, would like to hold off on getting the Dokkan attack, right? So, you know, getting the 10 key spheres will really push that. Well, I don't know. I mean, it's so close that honestly, no, there's no way to avoid it. Fuck. Yeah, that's not good. Okay. Well, we'll see what happens here. But they should be able to do a lot of damage, which is good. Okay, that's not good. 26k. Not even that bad of a normal, to be honest. Because the damage is nearly going to double. Nearly being the keyword. By the end phases. Oh yeah, okay, man. 139 mil. Yeah, look at that, dude. They just explode now that they're the blues. Still, though, I feel like I might actually really need double physical UI Goku. Because, I mean, this is them on the 170, they're impressive, but like, is it going to be enough? I don't know. I hope it will. I really do. But I don't like being locked into, you know, running double of these guys now. Now, we are really shredding Super Saiyan Goku, which is huge. I wonder... No, there's no way. Let's say, if I just like use the... I don't know if this is like worth it. But if I use the active, the Super Saiyan Goku active next turn, and try to kill without grabbing any key spheres, that way I can have the Dokkan attack for the diamond phase, which is pretty important, right? But I'm not going to be able to have it here. I don't know. Because my next best option then is I have to use Super Saiyan Goku, right? Because I'm not going to be able to get through those two, I don't think, without doing something extra special. And that's the only thing I could really think of. So we'll see. Okay. Well, at least he's fine at this point. Yeah, I mean, this is... Oh, wait. No way. Because I got the fucking tech key spheres, I just barely... Aw, dude. That's crazy. That's so crazy. That's so crazy.
Time to get serious.
I'm just barely getting the Dokkan attack. Fuck. There's no point in using this here.
Go.
That way I get as much stack as possible. That really sucks. I blundered. I really blundered. Okay. Damn it. At least I didn't think there was any point. Hold on. I didn't do as much as I was expecting it to. Okay, he did get the hidden potential additional super though. 97.7. God Goku should be able to kill with this. Short is the keyword. Yeah, I think he'll be fine. Will be fine. 126 mil. I mean, keep in mind he is super effective against all types. Just 2 supers guaranteed. We might really need the hidden potential here though. Yeah, I think we'll need the hidden potential, but he should be able to kill. I mean, Beerus would potentially be able to finish off if he got like a quad crit super, but we don't want to have to rely on that. Okay, hidden potential normal. I guess that works too. Alright. And now, here we are. Oh boy, oh boy. We gotta figure shit out here. What to do. I don't know. To be honest, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Like, if Beerus gets supered, he's fucked. And the 2 attacks at the end, I don't know. I feel like I need to use the active this turn. Let's do it.
And here I was hoping for an actual fight worth my time. Just give up now.
Okay, and then for what I do now, I think I gotta stay with I think I need the permanent stats. We're still going to be in this for a little bit, so let's use this active, the Vegeta Blue.
You think you're the only one who can manage that little trick?
Okay, yeah, that's some pretty huge damage, though. That's very nice to see. Ah, you gotta be kidding me. You really have to be fucking kidding me. Blue Goku has to slot one here. Cause I need the 7 P spheres. Are you fucking... Dude, hold on. I decided to just go for killing Glorio. I feel like that's probably the better thing to do here. That's what we're doing. And you know, we'll see, dude. I'm so nervous at this point. We're so far in, man. Not getting the Dokkan attack is really so unfortunate on this phase. But I mean, with the Beerus support, we're gonna be doing a lot of damage here, right? And you know, Blue Goku has his active in too, so I mean, he's already just from that doing more damage. Yeah, 106 mil on Blue Goku. Okay, very nice. I mean, that's of course it's gonna drop down after this turn, but between him and the Blues, Glorio should definitely be dead here. I'm so confident. There's no way Glorio is going to be able to live this turn. So we should be good to go. Hopefully. I mean, we'll see. 163 mil. Yeah. Now they're up to doing some pretty crazy damage. Now, because their ability, it's a once only attacking an enemy who's above 50% HP. They don't have the guaranteed crit. They don't have that guaranteed additional super. But we're still doing a lot of damage here. Okay, huge. And it should just be a normal, I think, on Beerus, and Beerus will definitely be fine versus a normal. But you never know, I mean, where the attacks can land, so... I might have used the active too early, but... kind of panicking without having the Dokkan attack, to be honest. Not good to panic, but... I don't know, man. Okay, so there was another super from Goku here. 32.4 on Beerus. Keep in mind, he doesn't have the Space 2 stats here. We do want to get as many supers as possible. Hopefully a quad super turn. That way, you know, actually maintaining his ability to tank normals at least. But we'll see how this goes. Okay, triple super turn. Okay. Yeah, I mean, this is a pretty good turn. I mean, we got Glorio down immediately. And next turn, of course, I mean, we could do a lot of damage as well. So I'd say things are looking pretty nice, but to be fair, there goes those glorious orbs, right? I guess let me try dropping the tech, see if it drops the physical. A little bit, but not too much. This is kind of good, though. It's actually kind of good, though. Right, because this way, it'll, you know, I'll now need to kill on the Blue Goku in the God's turn, right? Which, you know, will put me back on track to having UI Goku and Super Saiyan Goku, right? So at the very least, I should be able to get to Gogeta. That's not a crit. Okay. Thank you for not critting, by the way. I appreciate that. It's a 70% chance. Just thought I'd remind you. UI Goku, just throwing it out there. 70% chance. Okay, thank you. There we go. Yeah, see, because we're not gonna... I mean, God Goku. Again here, where we're missing a guaranteed additional super. We're missing support. We're missing, you know, damage that he could do, because we're missing 50% phase 1 attack and defense. Like, it's quite a bit. Still up to a bit super here, but... Okay, hidden potential, just a normal, but that still contributes in terms of damage. Yeah, not as much damage as I would have liked to be able to do this rotation. But we do have Daimagoku under half, so I mean, we should still be fine here. Could be in the keyboard again. Oh man, I swear, I do not want to lose this, dude. I'm so far in at this point. We'll see what happens. Again, at the very least, I think I should be out of the Diamond phase. Honestly, even if I like just barely don't get out of the Diamond phase, I'll just come back on Gogeta. Because we're like right there. I don't think it's a good idea to use the blues active just yet. I'll get them in slot 1. And we'll get as much E there too. I'm going to hold on to this Beerus' active though. Definitely doing that. Alright, we'll see what happens here. Yeah, they're fine. Yeah, I mean, they even dodged. Okay. We really gotta hope I get crits with the blues. We really need a lot of crits here. They're up to 130 mil, but, you know, type disadvantage, not very nice. Okay, there's some damage. And we did get enough key spheres, so they have their guaranteed additional. So they can do, what, 4 supers this turn? Or is it 5? So we got a crit there. Again, we want as much crits as possible, so that's nice. Please? Okay. Alright, we got another super. We're definitely killing Daimagoku here. There's no way. I mean, Tag Blue Goku, you know, he has his super and his guaranteed additional super. Even if the two together don't do, like, a lot of damage, like, with both of them, we're definitely killing this guy here. Even if, like, individually, like, these two supers, they should be enough, but if they weren't, Beerus would definitely be able to finish up. Okay, even that. Alright, huge. We're against Gogeta now. We are so far in. And I am so worried about Beerus. Alright, I think I have to use Super Saiyan. I think it's the best play here. Let's pop it. We'll see what happens. Okay. Not as much damage as I would have wanted, not even close. I think we keep UI Goku slot 1. That way, you know, we can disable the enemy guard. I mean, I guess we do have the guaranteed additional, or the guaranteed crit anyway, but maybe this could be helpful doing it this way. He's up to 16.5. Yeah. Super Saiyan Goku, he kind of cooks. Okay. Let me get the STR key spheres, and then we'll get the input Beerus. And that should be pretty effective there. Okay. I mean, we'll see what happens. We're down to the moment of truth at this point, right? I don't know. I'm concerned about Beerus, but we have gotten pretty far. Like, honestly, this isn't going to be as difficult as I thought potentially it might end up being, okay? I mean, already against Gogeta, I mean, first try here, you know, usually I run into some sort of bullshit or another, right? I mean, we're definitely going to be able to do a lot of damage to Gogeta here. A lot of damage. I swear, dude. Okay, I was going to say, the super better be on UI. Hey, you better dodge. You better fucking dodge. Oh. Whoa, okay. Dude. Okay. Alright, what is Super Saiyan Goku up to? Let's see. Please be really cooking here, buddy. 180 mil. That is a lot of damage. I don't know that it's enough. I mean, guaranteed crit's huge, but yeah, it's... Fuck. I shouldn't have gone through with it. I should have held on a bit longer. Because when he loses his stats, and you know, great chance to guard, and loses the crit, and I don't know, man. I feel like I might have blundered. This is fucked. Oh boy. Okay. I don't know what I should do. Well, we've gotten 3.5 health bars, but... And again, we do have 4 rotations to kill. Like, in terms of do I have enough damage over time, I think the answer is yes. But can I live that duration? I think the answer is probably no. We'll see. Come on, Barris. Okay, yeah, double digits on Barris. I mean, that is the normal. Again, Vegeta's who we really need to be concerned about. Speaking of concerned, where the fuck are my orbs, bro? Holy shit. I think I just go with UI Goku at this point, slot 1. I don't know. It's risky, but the 60% phase 2 support will move mountains. I need to be able to get 7 key spheres. Which I can. Okay, huge. And yeah, we'll play it out just like this. Hopefully, this isn't a blunder. I mean, my UI Goku dodge luck is not exactly great, but I need him to hold up for me here. Please, 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 UI Goku. I will withdraw all fraud allegations ever if you dodge, you bitch! Why? Why, man? Why? Dude, oh my gosh. I mean, technically it's not over yet, but I mean, it might as well. I trust him one fucking time and he immediately frauds out. Like, this is what I was concerned about. But, I mean, Blue Goku at this point, like, he's not exactly... I mean, he's just dying. So, this is still the better option, but... Aw, man. This is fucked. This is so fucked. I'm gonna need the blues to have, like, a really crazy turn. We'll see that 60% phase 2 support, man. Yeah, see, they're up to 198 mil. 198 mil. That's so much. It's not going to be enough, though. Like, we're going to do a lot of damage. They're going to need to dodge. Blue Goku's going to need to dodge. Like, I think I can get through Gogeta, but I don't think I can kill Vegeta. This run. I think I'm going to have to restart. I don't really see, like, where I go from here. We are doing a lot with the blues, though. Credit where credit is due. We need dodges, though. Okay, huge. Huge. 3.5 health bars to go. Under 1 mil. Okay. He has a lot of, what, 3, 4 attacks he has to dodge here? It's a lot. Yeah, 3 attacks. Does have 80% dodge, but, you know, my dodge luck. We'll see, man. We'll see. Come on. No! 3 health bars left. Fucking hell. Honestly, again, I don't think it's gonna be as hard as I thought it was gonna be. That's annoying. We were so close. I mean, honestly, at that point, I might even just, like, come back against Vegito. Like, I would have had enough damage next turn. I just need to not get screwed with orbs on God Goku. I need to hold on to Super Saiyan another turn. I need to actually hopefully get luckier with, you know, the Dokkan attack. Also, I think I am just going to go with double physical UI Goku, and we'll see what happens there. I mean, Barris did tank the normals, so, you know, as long as I can keep him out of Super Way or he dodges, we'll see. We'll be back. Again, I think I'll probably just go against Vegito. We'll see. Alrighty, we're here. We're at Vegito. Let's see how this goes. Oh boy. Just showing, I don't have anything active here. I might get to the point where I put, like, a support item or something, but I haven't just yet. I have, though, that being said, this isn't like, oh yeah, one try and I'm back. Like, no, this was like 2 or 3 tries, because Mr. Blue Goku wants to fail fucking 80% dodges. I love my my dodge RNG. All right, let's start out. We got to go Super Saiyan for sure. Okay, health bar and a half. Yeah, I mean Super Saiyan, the initial transformation active, it does some pretty decent damage there. The only thing I don't really know about is where I should necessarily go from here. Well, actually, you know what? Again, UI Goku gets this 200% phase 2. He only has 150% phase 2, so I mean he's more than doubling his defense essentially when we get that. I'm at 13,500,000. Even if I just doubled my defense, I'd be at 27 then, right? So he's definitely tanky enough to sit slot 1 here, for sure. Even if he gets caught, I mean I don't want him to get caught, but even if he gets caught, he's tanky enough. So we're gonna rely on him. The orb RNG for trying to set up next turn is not great here though. That I can't say. We'll see what happens. Again, as long as Blue Goku's dodging, I mean I don't like UI Goku, Super Saiyan Goku. They're tanky enough at this point. Like it doesn't matter. Just let Blue Goku dodge. That's all I need. As long as Blue Goku's dodging, I can get through to the next turn. Now that being said, this is actually set up kind of unfortunately. What I mean by that is what I think I really probably would have needed. Potentially. I think I'm honestly set up to lose here. Let me make that clear. I think what I needed was to be able to finish on with God Goku and UI Goku, that rotation. Right, because now, how this is set up is, so next turn, like I'm going to have Vegito, we're getting through a decent bit of health bars, but I'm not going to be able to use the Blue's active, which, I haven't used their active skill yet. I'm hoping that, actually, no, never mind, he doesn't have dodge post super. I was going to say, I'm hoping that all these failed dodges mean something good for me. No, not necessarily. Okay, now I have 4 attacks to dodge here. Again, this motherfucker has an 80% chance, so he better. I swear, he better. I don't want to have to restart again. I think I will have to, but we'll see what happens. Please, Blue Goku. Come on, Blue Goku. One more. Oh my God! Ooh, wait. He lived that? He lived that. And now I can use the active skill. Wait. Holy shit. That might have been the strat. Alright, fuck. Does it, I don't think it does. I need to use it anyway. I was gonna say, does the Blue Evolution Vegeta active, like if I use it, then I go over to the other UI Goku. So this will be the way to tell. So we're at 273 with this guy. Does that like chain in a sense? If that makes any sense? Like, does it make UI Goku have his attacking ability? So we'd have the support active for the tag Blues. Let me test that theory. So 292, and let's see. Okay, now, I know I put him in slot 2, but actually, so 273, then when we have this UI Goku out, what did we, yeah, see, it's still 273, so we don't actually have the support then. Still, again, I do need to use both these. I think that's definitely the play, so let's do this one as well. speaking of the play, I think I gotta go with this guy in slot 1. Let me use the active first before I make any final determination, but I think that's gonna be the play here.
Now it's my turn.
Okay, the blue's just doing an insane amount of damage. You love to see it. Honestly, with my dodge luck, I do still want the links, to be fair, but so Vegeta, his damage reduction, like I actually, because I'm not receiving an attack first, he won't get to 100% damage reduction. It is actually safer to stay as UI Goku. So the UI Goku at the end literally cannot die, right? Because even if I'm at 1 HP, the KO, he still has his individual KO, right? So that will protect him. Now, I imagine the friend, let's see, not a lot, but a little bit of dodge. I mean, ideally, I just get the EX to activate, but, you know, just playing it safe and speculating that I don't here, right? I think I should be fine. Suppose I'll just go for the physical key spheres. I shouldn't need a lot of key spheres next turn. I mean, maybe to heal, but I don't know. That might have been a misplay. I don't know. I just wanted to go for the EX to try and play safe, but we'll see. That might have been a mistake. But we should do a lot of damage here with the blues. I mean, UI Gokus are practically going to do nothing. I guess we do have the active skill, right, so that'll help. But my prediction is by the end of this turn, we'll have like 2 health bars. 2 health bars. So essentially, I'm saying we're going to do about half a health bar with both the UIs. I think that's fair. I was sort of counting on the 7 additional, or rather the 7 key spheres additional. I wasn't really thinking, I'm not gonna lie. That's okay. It's really unfortunate. Okay, we do get the EX Super here. He's doing 101 though. Yeah, see, I think because we have the blue Vegeta active, you know, these guys will do some extra damage this turn. And this guy's literally guaranteed the dodge, which means no matter what happens, I literally cannot die this turn. It's literally impossible. So all I need to do, essentially, I should be set up to win. All I need to do is next turn, I just need to put UI Goku slot 1, Super Saiyan Goku slot 2, and like that's a wrap. Like that, it's that easy. Oh my god, dude. I can't believe it. Dude, Festival of Battles always fucking fights me, man. This event always fucking fights me. I can't believe that Blue Goku failing the dodge was actually the optimal thing to happen. Because if I didn't use that active skill, I think I would be fucked. Because I already used Beerus' active. And, you know, if he gets hit by a normal, he's fine. But if he gets supered, he's dead. So Blue Goku getting hit saved the day, man. That is so fucking crazy to me. That is so fucking wild. Unbelievable. I will certainly take it. Yeah, I mean, we got a health bar and a half to go through. It's just GG. That's huge. Yeah, because he's at 14.6 again. I mean, he over doubles his defense. I don't need to worry about him. And, I mean, these two got 2 supers guaranteed each. And Super Saiyan Goku's even doing guaranteed crits. UI Goku has, 70% crit? I do want to see crits from UI Goku, don't get me wrong. I'd prefer to even see a hidden potential additional super, just to be extra cautious here, but between these two, I feel like
there's no way I don't do enough damage. Like, there's genuinely no way. Because, I mean, even UI Goku doing this much, right? I mean, we saw last turn. Ooh. Okay, he missed a crit. I guess we don't have some of the links we had before, but Super Saiyan Goku, I mean, he's still hitting a significantly higher attack stat, and he has 2 guaranteed crit supers, right? Now we only have half a health bar to go, or a little over half, I suppose, but this is... We got the win, right? And there's one, and then it's gonna be the next one that finishes. Holy dude, I did not expect it to go this way. Genuinely, I think this was the easiest mission of Festival of Battles for me. Not even lying. So, I mean, if you go back to all those other ones, you know, I'm like, oh, we're starting on the Daima phase, we're starting on the Gogeta phase, we're starting on Vegito, and like those attempts, I mean, all together, I think like the Extreme Class one, you know, with like Broly and stuff, like I just got to the point where I started like using items. I was getting so pissed. Literal like, you know, 12 plus hours of attempts or something. Now this is 10 hours. That's just because I started grinding this back up last night, and you know, I just went to sleep like halfway through it. But yeah, there we go. I did not expect that to go that easily, honestly. And Blue Goku getting hit again, I'm so surprised. That was actually the optimal thing. If he didn't get hit, I was screwed. That's so crazy. Dude, my dodge luck, and to be fair, he had gotten 3 80% dodges that turn. So, I mean, missing a 4th dodge, and you know, it's an 80% chance. Like I feel like that's decent luck. Like it's pretty average, right? So that's not even like my bad dodge luck coming to play that saved us. I feel like that's just like, I don't know, the unit performed as he should on average, and that was enough. But yeah, there we go. I mean, there's the Realm of God mission done for Festival of Battles. Again, I'm going to do this Power of Wishes one at some point. I don't know if it's going to be soon, to be honest. Again, I might wait until I get Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta Goku, so I don't have to deal with as much bullshit. But, you know, I guess we'll see, right? I'm not certain on that. But either way, we're going to wrap this one up here, right? I mean, I got the win. I'm very surprised that I got the win. I didn't even need to use items. UI Goku actually was, you know, working pretty effectively here. I'm just, I don't know, I'm blown away. But yeah, thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Take care.